Welcome back to our 12th Messy Church video. I want to say a big hello to everyone. Olivia, Leyland, James, Lily, Lexi, Archer, Kendra, Emily, Madeline, Cameron, Lily, Madalena, along with anyone else out there who is watching. I hope everyone is doing well. Let's see, now today we're going to talk about which of the 10 Commandments is the greatest. We have learned about the 10 Commandments in Sunday school. Can anyone remember some of them? Well, let me mention a few for you to help you remember. Love your mother, love your father, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not use God's name in vain, which means using God's name in a bad way that we shouldn't do. So I'm going to tell you a story about which commandment Jesus felt was the most important, and also a second one that was just as important. These two commandments have a lot to do with love. A long time ago, when Jesus lived on earth, people thought the Bible was just about rules. You know what rules are like. Well, do this, don't do that, say this, wear that, go here, worship here. Rule after rule after rule. There was a little bit of love, but there were so many rules that was all the people back then cared about, just always worrying about the rules. But Jesus cared the most about love. He came to us to show each one of us just how much he loves us. He loves us so much that he even died on the cross for our sins, so we can live with him forever and always when we go to heaven. There were a whole lot of people who liked Jesus' message about love, but there were also a whole bunch of people who really liked the rules instead. These were kind of the big political people and things in Jesus' time. They thought following the rules was all that mattered, but they forgot that everyone makes mistakes sometimes, and sometimes they disobey the rules. And when in Jesus' time you broke the rules, you were given a terrible punishment. If you broke a rule back in Jesus' day, even just one small rule, you were punished, no matter how big or small it seemed to be. That was it. You were going to be punished. But when Jesus came, he taught that even when we make mistakes, he can save us. It was and is such an amazing way to show all of us, both back then and now, just how much he loves us. Jesus was teaching everyone how much love really should mean to each of us. Back in Jesus' time, when Jesus was trying to teach all the people, some of the people who followed all the rules asked Jesus what he thought the most important rule was. Now, those people expected Jesus to mention one of the 10 Commandments, like obeying your parents or don't steal from others, or make sure you go to church on Sunday. But Jesus surprised them, because he said he had even better ones than the ones they thought were the best. He chose the best rule of all was about love. Jesus said, love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind, and with all your strength. He said this is the first great commandment, and the second next to it is love your neighbor as yourself. We can read about this in Gospel Matthew 22, verses 37 to 40. Jesus turned the 10 Commandments into two just simple rules. Love God and love others. When you keep the Sabbath, which is Sunday, as a day for Jesus, and going to church or saying your prayers, they're all ways of showing God that you love him. When you obey your parents, that's a way of loving them too. Every single rule can fit into one of those rules. It made it so easy for everyone to remember. What do you think it means to love God with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength? Well, I think it just means that you love him completely. We shouldn't just say we love God, or just put money in the offering plate, or just go to Sunday school and forget about God the rest of the week. We need to love God all the time and in every way. We need to remember to love others, to be kind, caring, and sharing with others, and that is also a way to show God you love him too. The best thing is that Jesus loves us so much that he forgives us when we forget to love him. or our neighbors like we should. Jesus knows we are not perfect, but he wants us to try our best. That is great news because everyone could use a little more love. Jesus did not tell us to love ourselves because he knew that we would do that already. He figured that we already did love ourselves without being told. He wanted us to love others, including him, as we love ourselves. Some people in the world only think about themselves and how important they are. They think they are number one. It seems to be a big problem at times in the world today. We all have times when we think we are number one, and the most important thing is our happiness. We need to remember, though, to give more thought to the happiness of other people. When we love God more than we love ourselves, then we will be able to love others as much as we love ourselves. So let us all remember how wise an answer Jesus gave to the people who asked which commandment was the most important. He said, "Love God with all your heart, all your soul, all your mind and strength, and remember to love your neighbor as you love yourself." If we can keep these 2 commandments, we should not have any trouble keeping all the rest of the 10 commandments. We need to show our actions as well as our words to show we love God and other people. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to say a repeat after me prayer, and then I'm going to describe to you and show you some of the crafts that I've come up with for this lesson. So here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Repeat after me. Dear God, please help us to love you with all our heart and soul, our mind and strength, and to love one another as we love ourselves. Amen. Since our lesson is about the greatest commandment, love God and love others, our crafts are going to be crafts that deal with hearts and showing our love for God and other people. The first craft we're going to do is a heart chalk rub craft. I didn't know what else to call it. But what you're going to get in your bag is you're going to get 2 pieces of paper. One is light construction paper, and the other one is heavier cardstock. They're black. And in the little bag, there is a heart shape, and then there's a few pieces of chalk and some cotton balls. So what I want you to do, I'm going to demonstrate this for you. You'll take one of the sheets of paper. I'll put this one over here. Take one of the sheets of paper and you put the heart somewhere on the, just lay it down on the paper, on the table, and put your fingers in the middle to hold the heart. Whoops, open up your chalk first, because it's tricky to get into. There we go. So I picked the pink color chalk. You're going to hold the heart on there, and then you're going to trace a nice press hard line all the way around the heart. And now, you're going to think you're going to remove the heart already, but you don't do that yet. You need to take one of the cotton balls, and then in a brushing motion like this, you start on top of the heart and then brush gently away from the heart, with the heart still, you're still holding on to the heart. And you just brush it very carefully. Now this might not show up too good on the video. But let's see what we come up with. There we go. Now it might not show much on the video, but we have the heart, and the dust from the chalk is all spread around the heart to make it almost look like it's glowing. So you do that, and then you can take, once you get that one done, you can take your heart off and put it in another spot. And then you can do a different color. I'm going to do, it's kind of a yellow color this time. And you trace it all the way around. And then you take your cotton ball again and just brush the chalk from the edge all the way around. And if you want to put a second kind of a coat on if some spots didn't show up too good, you can do that as long as you hold the heart in the right spot. There we go. Sometimes it works if you do it a second time for some reason. There we go. And there's my second heart. I did in yellow. And you just keep doing this all over. If you want, you could kind of place one heart over top of another heart. I'll show you how that looks when I do this. You press really hard. And over top. You're just tracing the heart, okay? And then you take your cotton ball again and do the same thing. And there we go. And there, I don't know if you can see that very well, but I've got two hearts over top of each other, one heart, but just keep doing them all over and make a really pretty picture pattern. And then you can just hang it up in your room and enjoy the look of it. Now I'm going to show you what it looks like on the cardstock. So we'll do a blue one on the cardstock, because I'm just going to compare here which kind of paper feathers better for making it look like it's glowing. So we're going to try this one and see how well it turns out. So brush all around, just away from the heart. That's how we do it. And then I'm going to do a second coat to see if that helps. Here we go. And there we go. So that's what it looks like on the cardstock. I think you find, oh, works pretty well. So you can have either on the flimsier paper or the cardstock, or if you want to have fun, do both, because they're lots of fun to do. Okay, so that is our heart chalk rub picture. So I gave you the two different kinds of paper to use. See which one you think feathers the best. I found sometimes I thought the construction paper feathered a wee bit better, but now in the light in this room, it seems that that they both do it equally well. So try them both and just let me know what you think. And this craft represents how love for others can spread around to everyone. So this is the love I have that's spreading out to all of you. Okay? So now our next craft is called a heart lantern. And in your package, you will get a black piece of paper that has holes punched in it, and it's hooked together, just folded together with a clip. What you need to do is unfold it and lay it down as flat as you can lay it, and then you're going to take pieces of construction paper and glue them over the holes, like this. So the inside of it's going to look kind of messy, but when you fold it back over, and then you need a piece of tape or glue, it will make a little lantern. And with the lantern, oh, I didn't bring one with me. There is a, in your packages, there is a tea light candle. So you'll turn it's a battery operated, turn the tea light candle on, put it on the table, and then put it there, and the light will shine through, and it will be absolutely beautiful. You could have it in your room at night, or anywhere in your house where your parents might enjoy looking at it as well. There's my tape. So I'll tape this up just to show you. You can either tape it or glue it, it really doesn't matter, as long as it stays shut so that it'll stand up. There we go. And the one I did for you, my sample turned out pretty. The hearts were broken and everything, but yours is really nice, so it should work really well. And I've included the candles with it. You lay it flat. You cut out pieces or tear pieces of construction paper that I included in the package. and stick them on over top of the hearts so that when the light shines through, it shines through in color, sort of. When you get it all done, glue it on the edge, because I've got a little edge folded here. So you can glue it at the edge or just tape it. Put it over top of your tea light, turn your tea light on and put it over top of the tea light candle. And it works best in a dark room. Now this craft represents how our love and God's love shines in all our hearts. So the light shining out through the lights represents our love and God's love to everybody else from our hearts. Okay? And I have a third one that I did. It's not a really hard one, but it's a bit more coloring. So you're going to get a sheet like this. I'm getting apart. There we go. You're going to get a sheet like this, and what this is going to be turned into, it says right here, it says color the hearts out and cut them, and then you're going to punch holes in them. This bottom one is the cover for the little book. It's going to make a little booklet, and it's I can love one another by is what the cover says, and then each one of these hearts tells ways that you can help and love each other. So help others, be kind, obey your parents, follow Jesus, listen to others, serve often, be an example, choose the right thing. So what you're going to do is you're going to cut all these out. What I would do first, I would color them. You can color them different colors or however you want to decorate them. And then when you cut them all out, and when you get them all cut out, they're going to look like this. Okay? And in your package, you'll also have a piece of pink yarn. So once you get them all cut out, I'm going to cut one out here for you and show you what I mean. So you cut it out. I didn't. I'm in Sunday school and I forgot to bring over the crayons that we always use in Sunday school. So I'm a little bit forgetful today, but that's okay. We all have days that things aren't quite perfect, don't we? So we'll cut this one out and I'll just show you. So when you get it cut out, you're going to punch a hole. Can't reach my hole punch. Anyways, you're going to punch a hole in the cover, on the cover sheet that's already colored. It has a spot there, so you're just going to take a paper punch and punch a hole through them all, and then tie the knot through it. And then you have this cute little book that you can hang up somewhere or whatever. And when you're thinking about somebody or somebody you love, then you can open the book and it'll show you different ways that you can show how you love someone or you care about them. And it's just a nice little reminder to help you remember things that you can do to be kind and love other people. And sometimes even yourself, if you're having a bad day, you could say, today I'm having a bad day, but I'm going to choose the right things to do and not the bad things. There's one example of something you can do. Or today I'm feeling really good and I think I need to help some people, or I need to be kind to my brother or my sister or whatever. Well, there's all kinds of reasons that you can kind of refer to this little booklet and remember all about how God feels about us loving Him and everyone else as well. So this, again, this represents how love and God's love shines through us all. Okay, so that's it for the crafts. They're fairly easy ones this time, but I think the chalk one I think is a really pretty one to do, and it's kind of fun to do. I hope you're all enjoying school, whether you're going to school, doing school online, or homeschooling. It looks like it will be quite a while before we can have Sunday school or messy church in person. So if you're all enjoying the videos and crafts, I will keep doing them for you and with you. The next Messy Church will be able to be viewed on Friday, November the 6th. I miss you all and really, really hope to be able to see you all soon. Take care and remember to look after yourselves and help out at home. May God bless you and all your families. Remember to follow all the rules of wearing face masks, washing your hands, and keeping a safe distance. I hope you've enjoyed this time we've had together. Stay safe, and as our lesson has taught us today, remember how much I love you all. Remember, you can FaceTime me, call me, message me. Let me know how things are going with both you and your Messy Church crafts. I really look forward to being able to meet with you guys again. Take care, and all the best in the next 2 weeks, and we'll see you on November 6th. Bye.